No, I don't know.
I don't know where Paul is. I don't know if she's. Got it. Okay. Alright, I'll call this meeting to order. It's 5 o'clock and invocation, Mike, Brad, anybody? Whatever.
Doesn't matter, thank you. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, Lord. We're thankful for all our health, our strength, Lord. We're thankful for each one gathered here today. We pray, God, that you would go with us, guide us, and direct us through this meeting. God, that it be done to thy will and to good for the people of Elkhart. We thank you and we praise you, God, for your many blessings, your love, and your mercy. We ask these things in Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay, next is the approval or disapproval agenda. We need to amend the agenda. Paul Eisenhower is on his way to talk to us about the issue at the Cranberry Lift Station. And so I need a motion to amend it to add Paul.
I'll make a motion.
Alice, Mike second, all in favor? Okay, and Paul's not here just yet, so, but he's on his way. And so the next one will be Brandy. Are you with Avery Journal?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Jamie told me you can sit over if you need to write out something that, okay. All right. Okay. So Brandy?
We are just here to follow up on last month's request for a lumber extension and just see what you all had, if you all had given any other thought to it.
How long of an extension are you thinking, Randy? I mean, what would help?
It would help, 10 years.
10 years would be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Joy has some information about this and I'll let him
Okay.
tell you.
Yeah, whenever the government leases out some of the property, they have to do certain things depending on how long the lease is. So if it's up to a year, that's fine. You don't need a newspaper notice. You know, you don't need any of this stuff. You can just approve it. Between 2 to 10, you do need newspaper notice. Before we could vote on this or anything like that, we had to post something in the newspaper, give 30 days notice. Then after that, you guys can entertain whether you want to approve or not. Anything 10 and above, it's essentially treated as the sale of property. We have to go through competitive bidding, and it's more time involved with
What
all
about
that.
9?
For 9 would just be that newspaper notice. You would have to publish it, give 30 days, before the meeting happened, and then at whatever meeting that is, and you guys can talk about it and take a vote.
In other words, 10, you saying 10.
2 to 10 is the same. 2 to 10 is the same.
Yeah, once you hit 10 is where you have to go into that competitive bidding part. Where it's under 10, you don't usually need to have a newspaper notice, and then 1 or under, you don't need newspaper notice or any of that stuff. You just vote on it. I mean, one of the things to keep in mind though is just, the longer the term is, the less oversight that you guys might have, to where if you're just upping it every 2 to 3 years, and then have the organization, whether that's scooters or whoever else is in that building, come back to you every 2 to 3 years just to touch base. That might be good, just so you guys can kind of.
It wouldn't be good for trying to get a grant.
I can't talk to that. I'm just talking about the town trying to, you know, make sure that, you know, everything that's supposed to be going on there is going on there. And if we're, you know, allowing 10 years to go by or whatever without having scooters touch base, then, you know, anything could happen. So,
What if we done something like, done the 10 years and had them maybe give us a report every year?
And I feel like we have done, just to go off of that, I feel like we've tried to provide reports along the way,
Yeah.
as consistently as we can, and that'd be totally something we work with for sure.
Well, as of right now, I know we have y'all signed the 2-year lease that was done in, November. So it don't come up again until next November in 2027.
We can extend it anytime we want to, can't we?
that is correct.
Right. So, I mean, as of right now, we've got that, and
Well,
I think a little bit of the push under us is that the county is making strides towards its own animal services department, but it's gonna be a while. And we need some foundation to know, the longevity. So I think that's what's sort of driving us to think beyond 2 years right now. Because they are making progress, but I mean, there's so much to be done with that. So the need is still great.
well, can we open the floor for a motion on that?
And
For-
I'd like, and if you all have questions for us, go ahead, too.
It has to be put in the newspaper.
Well,
for 30 days, or is that what you said?
Yeah,
but
If
that's all
it's
I'm saying, we're
over,
gonna make
Yeah,
a
you just
motion
publish
on
it one
that, right?
time, but
right,
between the time that it's published and the time that you guys have the meeting, it has to at least be 30 days.
okay.
But
So the 2-year lease we have now is, they're asking for, what, 8 more years on it?
Correct. And when it comes to the counting years, any extensions are all added together. So it'd be 2 plus, like if you wanted to go 8, it would be 2 plus 8,
Right.
10.
yeah, that's fine.
But we gotta make a motion to post it, right?
So if we extend, so if at this point we extend the contract, can we rewrite it? Can the contract be rewritten?
What do you mean rewritten?
Yes, I mean, if
Things added,
yeah,
things
if we're
taken
tacking years
away?
on, yeah,
Yeah.
we could change the wording of the contract. And then, that was fine with them, then yeah.
Is there wording in the contract that you're concerned about right now?
No.
We're just asking a question.
Okay.
So,
Do you need this extension for the grant?
What kind of grant are y'all?
I don't understand, because
It's not just grants, and an example would be there's multiple people with large percentages of animals, and it could take us a really long time to help those animals. But knowing the longevity of our infrastructure and what we've built our whole rescue model on is really important to that as well.
so the grants is saying that y'all, or the people that y'all are writing the grants with are saying that they won't give you the grant because y'all don't have a long-term lease.
No. Some of them, Brandy's more, sorry, Brandy writes our grant but has injured her shoulder and back, so,
So I'm not very good at speaking tonight. We actually got turned down for a grant because we didn't have a long-term lease. We didn't have a permanent lease, we were only short-term. And that was through Petco Love, and it was a vaccine clinic. So we did get turned down for that.
So you have or in writing that y'all got turned down for that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to see that too. I mean-
They referred us to go to the Avery Humane Humane Society. It got referred to the Avery Humane Society. So, to a permanent facility.
Okay, so they turned you all down because you didn't have a long-term release.
Right.
But you have that in writing.
That we got turned down, and they
Yes.
referred us to Avery Humane Society, to a place that was a brick and mortar
Okay.
shelter.
Alright, so would you like to see that, Mike? Anybody wanna see? I mean, I think we need a paper trail or something saying, you know, you can't have this because of the long-term release. I'd like to have that so that we can say, well, this is sort of why we're gonna consider to give y'all a longer lease, or just something that, you know, would go with that. I mean,
In other words, they're wanting to prolong this as long as I'm for doing it.
Okay.
So, I make the motion that we post it in the paper, like our lawyer has.
Whether you
Suggested
agree or
and-
not, I'm for it, and I second your motion.
I'll go along with posting it in the paper.
Then we make the decision next month,
Right.
instead of prolonging them, because I feel like that's what's being done.
So Tony, did you say?
Tom seconded. In favor?
I'm gonna go with posting it, yeah.
Political suicide.
One question, did you have a specific, extension in mind? Was that the 8
I
up to
think the
10?
8 years, to make it a 10-year
And
lease.
that's who they
Okay.
got. Maybe they can get a grant.
Okay.
If they don't, that's okay too. Doing us no good down there. We don't own the land.
We do own the building.
The building, not the land, what good is it? I mean, it's, the only two best things that's happened to Elk Park, in my opinion, is the dollar store and scooters. That's, in my opinion, it's just happened to Elk Park in the last 5 years. That's just my opinion,
Opposed?
I oppose. I oppose, and I'm gonna tell you why.
period.
Okay. So I had the minutes of, I think it's November 22, 23. I think when Ellie first came to us, she had been to the county commissioners. They would not put her on the agenda, so she came here and we began discussion about scooters. So you presented everything and then you left. So we discussed it. And the mayor's biggest concern was, and I didn't even really think about this, but he was concerned that there would be too much drama on the internet. And so we went back and forth and talked about it, and we really didn't know what to do. We weren't sure, so I think we tabled it then and then came back to it. So then I find out that there was a pretty big issue with a report of some dogs on Blevins Creek in the really bad snowy weather. And it went to the point that the sheriff's department was involved. It went to the point that the family was harassed and had to make a statement on Facebook and asked not to be harassed anymore and threatened. And then I found another site, but I don't know who the admin is, but it was generating all this feed too. It was something about Avery rescue Avery animals or something like that. And so it was on there, and on that site, do you know what they did? They doxed the county commissioners. They put the pictures of the county commissioners, their home phone numbers, and their home addresses on this website. And they were posting all about this situation that was going on in Blevins Creek. So I'm just wondering, and it brought national news. It was on the news, and so it really brought a lot of negative press to Elk Park, and that's exactly the concern we had before we even started scooters. So my thing is, in the future, how do you stop this from happening?
Can't, but with Facebook, you can't stop.
The page that posted that is not, that's not us.
Okay. I don't know who it is
You don't
either.
believe me, but that's, the name of that page is Avery Animal Voice or something.
Something like that,
And
yeah.
that's not us, and I don't,
Yeah, and they even made a comment. I wish I was going to pull it
I don't
up.
know why that's relevant to that, I don't know whatever.
Because they were churning out all the information. They were taking pictures of the dogs. They were putting a lot of and they were, at one point they were saying go support scooters, and and so
You said what? Don't support scooters?
no.
Oh, okay.
So it brought national news. The sheriff's department got involved. The family were getting threatened, and they were very concerned for their safety. And I was like, wow, this has gotten out of hand. How did this get out of hand?
Did you see our,
Yeah, you all had to make a statement too.
Yeah, we
Sheriff's
made a
department had to
statement.
make a statement.
We made a
Scooters
statement.
made a statement. The family had to make a
So-
statement.
so I
That's a
feel like
lot.
I feel like we did our part, and we asked everyone to please not harass anybody.
Yeah.
So I feel like we did our part,
So that's my concern about the future.
okay?
And a long extension. Because that was our concern at the beginning. That was a big discussion right here of negative press on Facebook. And I couldn't believe they doxed the county commissioners.
I don't think any of us has any problem with y'all being down there. I mean, I think it's fine. I don't think that we should lease it that long. I think the 2 years was fine, and then come back. Just from what Joy had said, when y'all were asking forever and stuff, he said we can't do that. And like I said, I mean, I feel like the 2 years is fine. Then next year come back and do it again.
It
And
is
that's
fine, but you can't.
that's my opinion.
That's what we're talking about.
Huh?
2 years is fine, but if they get 8 and that 2, they might can get a grant, they might not. But they ain't gonna give them one just leasing it 2
Well,
years.
that's what I
Then we
asked,
pull 'em out,
what
or they
what
give
does
'em a
it
grant.
say? And why are they not getting it, which they're saying because they don't have a long-term lease. All I'm saying was, well, can we see that?
He done said we could do it. Did you hear him?
Yes, Tony,
Okay,
and you're
good.
not listening.
Yeah, I'm listening. He said 8 years, you give him 2, but not go above it.
I said to see
Have you got a
where
copy
they
of that
said
thing?
they couldn't get it, the
Tony,
information, the email, the letter saying.
They might not get it.
We-
Probably, got set 30 days anyway. Could you bring one?
Never mind, Tony.
Let us see that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mike, did you, okay, does anybody have any further questions?
okay. She's gonna get one of the copies.
That's what I asked for, that's all I asked for. It's done, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
Paul?
It'll have to be 30 days, I guess, if we post it, and then you just bring that, let her see that, will you? Thank you. You will make us stop too, just, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, who was for it? Me and Brad and Mike and I think Darlene?
No.
Okay,
What
you
about
was against it, wasn't you?
Posting it,
Posting.
yeah,
Right.
we've
You
already
just
went
posted
I
it.
past
posted,
that.
yes. I posted.
She
Oh,
gave
you
her
said
reasons,
posted?
she
I
gave her
posted.
reasons, so we're done,
That's what
we've
it's
done
called.
posted,
One
okay.
opposed and 4 for.
Y'all. Is that all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
hey, thank you. Paul, come on up. Everyone knows Paul, he's from Water Quality, and he's here to talk about the situation that happened at the lift station Friday and all day Saturday. So he's got some information for us.
I got the electrician out, and he's worked on the lift station. There was one pump that's inoperable, and my suggestion is that the town buy another one. Most of the lift stations need to, you know, not only for redundancy, but also if the flow gets too high, it would require both of them to be able to keep up the flow.
And Paul, if you don't care, explain to them why the two pumps work. And some of them may know, but some may not. I just wanted you to tell like how one pump will work, and then sometimes it takes both.
Usually in a two-pump system, they'll alternate, so one's not doing all the work all the time. One pump will come on for one drawdown, and then the next time it calls for the other pump to work. But if the flow is high and one pump can't pump at all, can't pump out more than what's coming in, then the second pump will come on to try to keep up with the flow. So it's normally required that two pumps is in the lift station. There was also the one pump that was in there got clogged up with debris that had gotten into the lift station. There was mud and grease and whatever else in there, that rags and all that clogged the pump up. So that's with the one pump not being functional and that one clogged up, there's nowhere else for it to go. I contacted pump trucks to come out and make sure that it was pumped down, and we got it stopped as of, I want to say it was about almost 8 o'clock Friday night, and they kept pumping until the electrician was able to make sure that the one pump was functional. They had to pull it out and clean it out and then verify that it was pumping. I talked with him. He said that there's some floats that is going to be needed for that lift station, and he is working on trying to get those together. Hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. At the moment, that lift station is running on hand. One of his guys is going to go out probably at midnight or 10, he said, and turn it off, and then we're just going to have to, go by and turn it on, turn it off, and because until he gets the controls to where they'll work automatically.
So they're going to have to do that manually, and it's both pumps, one just barely working, the other burning.
Yeah, one pump is not functional at all, and he is working on trying to get one ordered, and but I think there's some lead time on that before it can be delivered.
Well, how long would it take us to get pumped?
Eric told me they come out of Pennsylvania. Is that right?
Yep.
Do we know Cox?
We-
He's working on that.
Just wondering if we could too.
Well, that's what me and Paul talked about, because and normally what they do would take these two pumps and send them off and have them rebuilt to have one as a backup. And as far as I know, the sewer lift station down on Dark Hollow, those pumps are different from the ones out there. That's what Eric said. I'm not for sure, and we don't have a backup for it either.
What was that before the tower got that you had to go get and take down?
I don't know. Did they ever find out what that was for?
No, it wasn't.
It might be for the sewer plant.
It wasn't for the lift stations, was it, Paul? Mm.
I'm going to say for the sewer plant. Some create bubbles or something.
Like a blower.
Yeah, maybe it's a blower. Maybe it's a blower.
Yeah, there's one down there.
Well, then that's part of it. It's on a pallet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So today I sent an email to Margaret with the FEMA. She's with Insight Consulting, and she's over the FEMA money that come in, because Paul had told me that, and you correct me, Paul, if I'm wrong, that the teledollar's not working and that it was full of mud, the pump
Control panel
and the control panel.
had mud in it. It looked like it was from Helene, and so I'm not sure, you know, if I can't say, you know, if it was repaired after Helene, but there was definitely mud in the control panel, and the teledollar, according to what Eric said, the electrician said that there's no active phone line going to the teledollar, so the teledollar itself would work if the phone line was connected.
Okay. So do we need to get like Spectrum to come out there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I contacted Margaret to ask her, like, you know, was there any work done on the lift station out there during Helene or after Helene? And was any of that money, like, you know, set aside for that certain thing? So she sent me back some stuff, and so they was called in it was Garney Construction that come in, and they did $196,939 worth of stuff. So I wanted to see what that was, you know, done, what was actually done, because it's got like water main repair, and it goes down through there and says everything. So on the back here it says that the Garney called in a Charles Underwood, and that's another like pumping company, and so I found out that the work that was done was actually not done on that out there at Cranberry. It was done on the sewer plant lifts, or the sewer lift station on Dark Hall. Did Mike Kale call you?
We couldn't get up with each other. I don't know
Okay.
if it was cell signal or.
Okay. Well, so, cause I was wanting to know, you know, if they went out there and if we paid for new pumps or done anything, why was they still mud in the control panel and in that one pump, and it wasn't working? So anyway, so I called Chris Rosenblum with Bolton and Mink, because they were up here, and then that Mike Kale. So Mike told me a while ago on the phone, and Alice while we were here, that there wasn't anything done really to the Cranberry lift station. Everything they done was down on Dark Holler, that actually the prior Tyler had somebody come on his own, and I
He
don't
said he
know.
got an electrician.
Yes.
Then he got a generator and hooked up a generator and got the pumps going.
But they was.
But Mike told him that wasn't a good idea because there was so much debris that he said it would probably break the fans and stuff. But they've lasted a whole year since then. But Bolton and Mink did no work out there. Tom
No,
said, don't
so-
worry about that, do all the other work.
So I did find that out, and that's what Mike was gonna tell you, because, you know, I thought, well, if we paid money to get something done and it actually wasn't done, then they need to come back and be doing a little more work out there. So anyway, so it really wasn't ever fixed, took care of. So, and I know
Well, the bottom line, we need to get.
we're
two
gonna
pumps
have to get
put
2
up.
pumps, so, I guess you said that they have to come out of, like you would order them, or we would order them, or, cause I mean, I have no idea what it
Yeah,
is.
we can get one.
And then they come out of Pennsylvania.
How long it take
How
to
long,
get,
yeah,
how long it take to get them, you think?
It depends, it depends on if they've got any readily available or not. I'll have to get up with them and see, you know, what the lead time is.
I think we need to do it as soon as possible.
and I know we don't know the price yet, right? Well, I mean, I'd like to have a price, but this is something that, it's
We've
not
got
that we
choice.
wanna do it, but we're gonna have to. We don't have a choice because we cannot just let that go.
And something else Mike said, he said that he was gonna, maybe contact Margaret or talk with Chris and see if maybe FEMA, it's still a possibility that FEMA could cover it because it, you know, it was sight unseen and
Is he
And-
gonna do that?
he's gonna check into
He's
it
gonna check
and
into
see if there's a possibility that there could be FEMA money for it.
Well,
So, I don't know, it could be, you know, already a year past and
Well,
too
almost
late,
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
And where they was going. But anyway, so what do you need from us tonight? Just to say, go ahead and make a motion to get these. I know we don't know the price. Do you have an ideal of what?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah.
It,
Just-
yeah, there's a huge
It don't make no
difference
difference,
Depending
but-
on what, the size of those pumps, I mean, it could be a couple $1,000, it could be $10,000. I mean, I hate to be that broad stroke on it, but that's a possibility.
And it could be even more than 10,000. I can't remember. I truly can't.
I don't know if $7,000 sticks in my mind for a pump or something, I can't remember what that was for, but.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, we're
And I
thinking
mean,
about doing one for out there and down Dark Holler, cause don't we need one for each?
well, we need 2 out
Two
here
out there
at
and
Cranberry.
one down
And then the 2, can both of those that's in it now, would they be sent off to be rebuilt? Or just one off, or what do you suggest?
If we can get 2 functional pumps in there, we can take the other one and see if we can get it, to see if it can be refurbished. You know, it's possible that it can be.
Right.
If it can't, I would suggest, you know, getting a spare, so this doesn't happen again.
Right.
When you say 2 functional, are you considering the one that's working now, one functional and get another one
Yes.
and then send that one off? So you're talking about one out there and maybe a backup down here on Dark Hollow, so 2 pumps.
And all I'm asking y'all is to say, let me go and order it.
Yeah.
And
I'll make that
I'll get you a price just as soon as I come back.
Okay, so Brad made the motion, Mike seconded, all in favor? Everybody's in favor. So, go ahead and order it tomorrow.
Get good after.
Give us the bad
So,
news
so
later.
we're, yeah, so he's gonna order 1 for right now, and we may end up getting another one. Okay. And everything's taken care of. You contacted the state, so for all the people that was worried about the sewage running out,
Yeah, we're getting that report together for them.
Right.
There's a 5-day window on that,
Mhm.
and we've got almost all the information on it. And I've got a copy of it if you wanna take a look at it before we send it in to them.
I trust you. Do I need to sign it? Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Okay, alright. So, anything else, Paul?
Appreciate your work.
Appreciate it.
And I appreciate you getting out there really fast, and I was just in a situation where I didn't have no phone service, and I know it was touch and go there for a while, but I appreciate your,
No worries, it's all part of it.
alright, honey. Does anybody else have any questions for him? Alright, Paul, you got anything else for us? Alright,
Thank you.
alright, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Mayor, can I circle back on the scooters thing just for one quick thing?
Yes,
So I was looking over the statute, it looks like we need to include the annual cost for the lease in the advertisement. So, I don't know if the board wanted to talk about that, or just use the same number from last time, or change it, whatever it was per year the scooters currently has to pay under the
it
term.
was like that, just $1 a
Dollar or
month.
something.
Was it? Okay.
Mhm.
I just leave it the same. I mean, somebody may come up and want to rent something, I don't know what.
Can I get a motion and a vote on that one?
I'll make that motion.
What is
The
it?
same, the amount, I think it was $1.
It was $1 a month, I
So
think,
we're
is
gonna
what,
post that building for rent.
It was $1 a month, you said?
that's what they
Okay.
paid for the
Yeah,
last
okay.
2 years. So they've paid up till, I guess, November of next year.
Okay. Okay.
Cause it was for 2 weeks, so they're saying, Brad's saying
I
leave
made a
it,
motion, Mike second.
all in favor? Everybody, is that all?
Thank you. Yeah, because really the only stuff that we have to put in there, we have to describe the property, and I'll send this to you later, but we have to
Right.
describe the property, how long the lease is gonna be for, how much we're asking, them to pay per year, and, that's more or less it. And we just need to include that basic information within the actual advertisement.
I just kinda like to ask a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm just thinking about, so we're gonna post that we're gonna rent a building for $1. What do we do when a lot of other people start coming and saying, hey, I'd like to rent that building, or I'd like to,
Well, tell
what
them
do we
if they
do?
leave, we'll rent it to them. They gotta wait till the lease is up, it's 1 year, 2 years.
Yeah. You know what you can say about it.
No?
Okay.
And they can vote somebody else in if they don't like it. No, I'm telling.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah,
John?
that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, so we've got a lot to go over and the people's gonna be here tomorrow, but, alright, so the, minutes of February the 2nd. Need a motion to approve or disapprove.
I read them, they look good to me.
Brad,
Second.
Mike, all in favor?
Put that same there,
Alright, so the financial statement, Sandy Lewis, she's with the League of Municipalities, she's still working 2 days a week here. She's trying to get everything straightened up. We found out this week, well, last week, that, when we was going to actually do the bank reconciliations and stuff, they hadn't been done since June.
They buy some land.
25.
To put a well.
So that puts us back even more. Anyway, so the bills, these are, they wasn't in your thing, so you can approve them or not approve them. We just got them run off today. It was in the
This is
stuff. Yeah, I mean, they've had to be paid, but these are, some, now this don't include, like where we've paid the monthly, 941 stuff, cause we've had to do that online. And see, we've not got that actually in the system yet, but pretty well this is it. The biggest thing was insight planning. That was, I told y'all about that. The other, this coming week, we will be writing a check to Withers for $54,000 and something, which it's been approved through the state. If there's anything else on there that sticks out, ask me. I'll tell you.
Who's Hawkins? It's a new-
That's, people that brings, chloride or chlorine, whatever it is.
I ain't seen that name before.
We had Board of Elections, Mountain Electric, just some,
I'll make the motion to pay the bills.
alright, Tony second, all in favor? Okay. Alright, okay, there was a couple of water sewer releases, and tax releases. And I know we've gotten a bunch because I've been trying to get everything straightened out, but this Appalachian Properties, that is, actually, Matthew Horney, and he came by, and he's not requesting this to be paid back, but what it was, which Alice was here when he came by, and, he had requested this before, but it never was brought to attention. It was because of the meter was read wrong, and it was like building for that. So they went ahead and paid it.
Is this the Appalachian properties?
Yes, it's those apartments right out there past Open Door Baptist Church.
That metal building,
That-
2-story.
Yeah, it's
You know,
right.
out there in the field?
Yeah, like when
I know
right
where
here's Open Door, and it's like back there.
You mean the meter was read wrong on that?
Yes, and this was back prior, and he'd come in and asked about it. But anyway, they went ahead and paid the bill because, well, see, his girls out there that work, you know, they get the bills, they pay them. So he was just wanting us to give him credit back on that. And the one at the G&S Trees on Main Street, we found out he's being billed for 4 units there. So he was getting a $160 water bill, but he only should have been getting a $40. So that was paid. So he just wants it credited back to him. And so that was the water. And then these taxes, they need to be released. And I have the thing from the county. David Green sold that trailer 2 or 3 years ago, and it was still being. And also Timothy McCurry, that was a personal on him, and he died a couple of years ago. But I have what I'm supposed to get from the county, because right here it is. It's like Tim passed away and should not have been billed. Personal property per county. Kessler Grindstaff sent this. The same with the David Green up there. So I mean, we can't bill him. See, he sold the mobile home. Should not been billed. All right.
But
I mean,
can I, this is,
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask about Sandra Gwynn.
Well, okay, Sandy had a leak, it's
I
like
fixed it.
20-some thousand gallons. Okay, well, I didn't put that on there because these were already there, but we can go ahead and add her.
Yeah.
Sandy never goes over her
No.
$40, but she used
Um,
20,000 gallons this
I
time.
fixed that.
So I can add her.
Yeah. Do I need to fill out a paper on her or anything?
I'll get you
Okay,
to.
I appreciate it.
But we can go
yeah.
ahead and add Sandy.
And I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
So wait, we're gonna credit Appalachian Properties back $3,120.
Yeah, because he should have just been billed. I mean,
Did you look back at it and you saw?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah,
Um,
I saw.
Because at one point, if y'all remember, at one point, his Mexicans were filling up
Oh,
his water tanks
That,
for the trees and to
Yeah.
mix his
But he went
stuff.
ahead
Yeah,
and
but
paid,
that-
he went ahead and paid it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that wasn't the same time.
and we've got a leak out there, remind me. Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and tell you while we're talking about leaks. The Cranberry House has had a leak for 2 years. And yes, so the other day, when Billy and them read the meters, they come in and they've talked to me. And Avery County School up there at the Freedom Trail, Cranberry House, they've got a leak, which I told them in December. And it's still not fixed. So, they called me, and David Dees did from out there, and he told me, he said, Connie, we've had this leak for 2 years and they won't send nobody to fix it. And he said, and I said, well, fine. I said,
Is this Cranberry House? Or?
yes.
Okay.
And I said, well, we used to have this thing in place that if you had a leak, we contacted you and you had 10 days to get it fixed. So I told him, I said, well, tell them we're going to cut them off in 10 days. So they're coming Wednesday to fix it. This coming Wednesday. Problem is right now, we're having a hard time turning off that valve out there. And it like goes to the fire department thing where they do pick up. So anyway, if somebody calls Friday or Wednesday afternoon, they're supposed to come at 3 o'clock because they're waiting until after school. And so probably that little Cranberry area will be cut off. And I'm gonna call the school. I was
They know
trying
where
to,
the leak is?
Huh?
They know where the leak is?
The
And it's-
cranberry?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out there in that, where, you know, where you get down in and read the meter, it's just spraying.
Well,
And
that
it's
makes
the
a lot of
same
sense.
up at the Avery County Board of, or the Avery County Schools, it's down, you get down in there and read the
Is that
meter.
that big metal
And
box
it's
down there?
spraying, yes.
I looked at that last year
Yes,
and, told them about it.
well,
I emailed Logan about it.
and, yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna tell them that, you know, Wednesday would be a real good time for them to fix that,
Mhm.
when the water's on. So anyway, that was just, I was gonna tell you that anyway, so since we was talking about water leaks. Anyway, okay. The issue with Tolley's, he's never signed for that letter. You know, where I sent him, and all y'all's stuff is in the packet, I don't know if you,
I got the letter.
okay. Well, we sent him that certified mail on 2/19, and he's still not signed for it.
Is it still out there?
It's still
ready for
there at the
pickup?
post office, yes.
Did he give a date for when it's gonna be held until
I think it said March 5th,
March
or
5th?
3rd, no, March 5th, I can't remember, it's on,
Within the next couple days?
Yes.
Yeah,
so, I was gonna tell you.
that's
if you-
fine. I'm okay with that. Let's wait for that to come back to us then.
Okay,
So when you, well, either they pick it up or if you get, just return to sender, just let me know.
okay,
And I'm fine with proceeding with that. That's just for the water and the sewer part of it.
right,
Talked to the chief, regarding the disabled vehicles on the property. Within the county ordinances, it actually falls on the chief to handle that part of it. He was gonna go ahead and, do enforcement there. And then I guess the other part of it is the fill materials that were, out in the waterway. The jurisdiction for that is the county. And as far as I'm aware, the county's already been alerted to that. It's up to them to try to enforce that. But they do suspect that there was, you know, a lot of fill, material put in the waterway.
well, I talked to Cindy, and I know Allison had been out, but she had sent it, so what I did is I sent this letter from Josh Garner with the Army Corps of Engineers. Did everybody read that letter from the Army Corps telling that they should not be filling in or doing anything in that creek? Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that came, and I sent that to Allison and Joy. Also, the other letter is from, the DOT. He is the, right-of-way agent, and it's got the recorded right-of-way, everybody's got that in their packet, about, it's 100 foot and on the main road, and, so that being 50 feet on each side of the center line, and also up Little Elk, it's 60 feet. So, Joy told Patrick, and Patrick took him a copy of the, about the, parked vehicles.
Mhm.
Now, I hadn't heard, Patrick hadn't told me anything else about that yet. So, I mean, we've done what we've gotta do, I guess it's the county will put a stop to them actually working in the creek. And then I guess it's just a matter of us
Yeah,
enforcing him.
They hadn't been nobody out there, I don't
He
think.
was out there,
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, the fill material, the stuff that's in the creek, that's the only one that we don't have. However, I mean, that
Right.
falls to the county, but the other things, next week, I mean, you know, especially if we get the return center delivery either way, then I think the chief went ahead and did that notification around the same time that we had sent that letter to. So if we don't get any sort of response, you know, within the next week or so, then we can go ahead and proceed with the next steps on everything as far as code enforcement goes.
Okay. Anybody got any more questions about that? Okay.
No, thank you though for
Alright, so now we're gonna go to the update on the FEMA projects. Alright, so this is from Margaret. She works with Insight and we're doing all this. So the only, project that's still being reviewed is the culverts on Davis Street and Ferncliff. They don't have the pictures of anything that happened. And they had even said, you know, we needed pictures prior. And I'm like, well, nobody has pictures
Like we're gonna go
prior
out and take
Yeah.
pictures
of
of culverts.
culverts that, you know, that you just walk around and see. So, I don't know, you know, we may just end up getting that 50-some, I think it's 51,000 out of that, but I mean, you know, the engineer they were wanting like 250-some, saying because, you know, it had to have a head wall and all this stuff. But anyway, just that's still being looked at through FEMA. We have requested time extensions and they have been approved. The buildings on Ice Plant, we can go ahead and purchase that. Okay, so from what she was telling me, there, and it's in your packets, it was to replace or a metal storage unit. It was like on Ice Plant, and it was like 16 foot long, 9 foot wide, and 7 foot high. So, do you all have any place that you would like for us to call, or is there any place that y'all know of that sells these?
We're just gonna do one of the little pre-made buildings.
Well,
that size.
she told me and Darlene that we have to go with what.
Same size.
Yes, it has to be, because I asked her, I said, you know, do we have to put it back over there at the well? And she said wherever, so the 182 Ice Plant, and it had to be like that. Cause we gotta, so like if we went and bought a building, now this is what she told me, 24 by 18, then, you know, we've gotta show that bill, so that wouldn't be right, so that's what she said. So, anybody, you know, this is that FEMA money. This, the other thing is at the garage, down at the sewer plant. Has any of that work been done? It was like to replace the metal door and clean the concrete floor, which I know the floor's been cleaned up, but, and something about some insulation. Does
I think
anybody?
they done some work on the door, if I'm not mistaken.
I haven't been down years ago.
I mean, I don't, as of right now, I don't have any receipts, but we
There's
can.
nothing saying.
I was just trying to find out, you know. So that's
I'll
where
ask.
some of that was supposed to have been done. And there's a list, I was trying, did I give you all a list of the, was any of these tools ever bought, or does anybody know? There's like, a whole bunch.
Was that the tools that Jack Johnson said that were bought at NAFTA?
I don't know, probably not. These was like 35,000, I don't know. I know there's not a whole lot of, from what Billy and Bruce says, there's not hardly anything down there. I don't know. But anyway, evidently that's what's in this, with the FEMA money. But she said we could go ahead and get that. Also, she was contacting Core and Main about the new meters. So hopefully we can get these meters soon, start going in. I know FEMA's only paying for, you know, half, but we've got to get them in because there's probably 50 meters, if not more, that are reading the same. So there's water we're not even, you know, counting for. I mean, they just want.
They're reading the same.
Yeah, they want
But they're not
monthly, yeah, it's like same thing, they're not. We've got several that's straight pipe that we need to get meters in. So hopefully we can get something going with that this month is what I'm hoping. Okay. That was on that. Alright. The update on the AIA. Okay, that was with Withers. That was the project of where the town got the $400,000 to come in here and show us, you know, what the town needed, like as far as the water, like new lines here, new lines there, whatever. They're doing like a thing that'll be put on our computer, and you know, we could go in and say we could pull this line up right here on Winter Street. It'll tell us how
Probably
deep.
GPS.
Yes, it's got everything on it. And it should be completed by June.
That's awesome.
This last claim was submitted for $54,100 for payment to be made to Withers, and that was approved. What you have to do is send in a claim, and then you know they tell you it's okay before I can even write the check. So it's $54,100. Our next meeting with Withers is March the 5th at 1 o'clock. That's actually Thursday, I think. And there's some things that we need to adopt. We've got to adopt an internal control policy. I sent that to Joy because they asked me to send it to him, and he doesn't have it as of yet. It's just a few things that request the DEQ is needing. It was that internal control policy. It was they gotta have a copy with Withers, which I've got. They had that. Just a few little things that we gotta do. So that's, as soon as Joey finishes that internal control policy, that'll be something we need to adopt. Bolton and Mink. Okay, so the state is requesting, if you'll look on this back sheet, which Joey has talked to Chris about this too, and he can tell us. They was talking about we may have to re-advertise for a one call engineering, because when it was awarded to Bolton and Mink, there wasn't anything put in the minutes like of who the 4 bids came from. Right here on the back is about that. They needed more information, sort of wanting to know why Bolton and Mink was picked, and that's the state. So Joey, he can tell you, hopefully we are not going to have to rebid that, but that may be something we have to.
Correct, yeah, so we don't know right now. I went ahead and reached out to Chris with Bolton Mink. What he's doing is he's reaching out to local engineering firms. He's reaching out to Withers, Ravenel, he's reaching out to McGill, as well as others, to see if they bidded on the project. And if they did, he's going to try to get a copy of their bid documents that were sent last year. Hopefully we can just get that together. Just use that to prove, who those 3 other firms were, and then we can submit that to the state. If for whatever reason, they did submit a bid, but they don't have access to the bid documents, I even talked to Chris about maybe writing up a short affidavit from them, just saying that their firm submitted a bid, but it wasn't ultimately chosen, and then hopefully those affidavits would be good enough for the state to prove those 3 other engineering firms. So Chris is out of the office the next couple of days or so. He's on PTO, so hopefully I should know a little bit more later in the week, maybe next week. I'll keep you posted. But if for whatever reason we can't pinpoint who those other engineering firms were, then yeah, you are correct. We'll have to go through the bid process again.
And so that'll put us just a little off, and if y'all will look, you have the dates that was with that paper of like sort of the timeline. So this was on the SCADA system and, you know, replacing the water line down Elk River or a portion of it. So really, before construction can even begin, we're talking May of 2028. Yeah, I know, it's not like it's fast. So like I said, we received the letter of intent to fund. Everybody's got a copy. Any questions on that? Just rolling right along, right, Mike?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just trying to
Good.
keep y'all updated.
that's good.
Yeah. All right, the next one is the update from Congressman Edwards. And so this was the community project funding, and the town had requested $660,000 and the town was awarded $528,000. So the town's part will be 25% of that cost. So the town will end up paying $132,000. So what this was for a well, and it's also a trench box and maybe a generator, a few things that they had just wrote in and, you know, said that this is what we'd like to have. Okay, one thing that they have asked me, did you all already have a place picked out to drill well? Nothing, nobody had,
Yeah, like I
We
told
thought
you.
about a couple places,
Yeah.
but we never did follow through with it.
okay.
That
Well,
I remember anyway.
Yeah, one of them we got talked was plant down
sewer plant.
there. Yeah, we talked about that, because I was afraid they were gonna count up trees and stuff myself there. We also talked about seeing about getting up, seeing that one up there above your house.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Laura Kay,
Yeah.
yeah. We talked about that, like putting a holding tank up there, you know, so everybody'd have pressure. That was years ago or a while back.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when I talked to them and Carter Brown and his other guy that was, he said that it was their assumption that we already had a place to drill a well.
We actually talked about maybe doing one above the sewer plant up there if we had room
Yeah, that's what
That's
Mike
what
was
it was.
to. We beat that around, but we never did.
So
Make a decision.
it's not something, some kind of regulation or something
Well,
came out or
it's gotta
something.
be so many feet
Yeah.
from that, which you'd be up on the side of the hill, or then you got grading, and I think that's kind of where we left it.
Okay, well, I know a long time ago that we had talked about out there at Cranberry, before you get to the Freedom Trail Cranberry School, up there, actually Debbie Banner owned the land. So I had talked to,
Is up there? There's a graveyard up there?
yeah, there's a cemetery up there.
Yes.
So I had talked to WT, Sorrel with Withers, to ask him, did we actually look at it or do anything as to actually going up there and saying, yeah, this would be a good place to drill a well, whatever. And he said that the only thing he could remember was just when we was doing all that Cranberry stuff, that they talked about that area up there because it wouldn't have to be in pumped so far, like back, like
Yeah,
up there at
right,
Cranberry,
right.
you know, and all that. So really, you know, nothing was actually done, and I don't even know the process of how you drill a well, but actually Todd Clark is supposed to be talking to a guy. He actually came up last week, and he was going to see about, you know, like what we need to do. So anyway, this is something, you know, that we're going to have an engineer helping us with. So this is something we need to decide, and not right now, but, and because we'll have to go through the process. I don't know, you know, we have Bolton and Mink on call and Withers. We have both of them as on calls. So this might be just a task order that we need you know, say, look, do y'all want to do this? Withers, since they've done that AIA and know everything where lines are and stuff, and from what WT was telling me, they have like a model. And like they could say, okay, we want to put a well out here in the park. What will it do to our system? And he says this AIA and that model, like on that computer, will come out and like if they put that well, then it can say, well, it will collapse Maple Street, or it will put too much pressure on winter. You know, just this is I'm not saying that's exactly what he said, but
Yeah,
that's the ideal. That's how you know, it was just a. So, you know, it may be something good that, you know, we could maybe consider Withers to, just because they've already done this AIA and they're about through with it. It may be something good for them, but that's something we'll talk about and do whatever. I was just really needing to know if anything had been done, and I hope that don't hinder us. And also, I got another email from Connor today, and he called and talked to me, and we need to decide what, y'all know anything that we need to maybe to apply for the next round in 2027. We've already got this one. This will be for 2027. Y'all think of anything right offhand that? And I mean, I'll talk.
There's so much right now.
I'll talk to, well, I've got to talk to Withers Thursday and Bolton and Mank Friday. So, I mean, I'll ask both of them, you know, what do you think? I mean, I know we need everything. We need pumps, we need everything, but we can ask for it. All I can do is turn us down.
It'll be perfect now.
All right. So, okay. The cash flow loan, okay, that's the money that, you know, that we borrowed and that is in the money market account in Carter County Bank. Okay, so the first payment will be due in June of this year, and it was $1. So this amount has been paid by State Treasurer Brad Briner. B-R-I-N-E-R maybe? So, okay, just letting y'all know he's done this for, I reckon, everybody that got this. But now next year, you know, the town will be paying, I think it goes like, I think it's like 20% maybe the next year. It just keeps going up. But, so that's where we're at on that. That money's still there. Okay. All right, so the election date is tomorrow. It will be in here. They'll be here in a little while to start putting up. Huh?
What time is it in the morning? 6:30.
Gosh.
I think it's 6:30.
6:30, I guess. Okay. All right, so they were supposed to have had me some information on the electrical work at the Wells quote, but I ain't got it yet. That was with Eric and them, Mountain Heritage, trying to get everything going. All right, the next thing was Christian Gardner. He is still waiting for us to get our .gov thing to be able to have our own web page and make us a Facebook page. And Alice, what else? You help me here.
Well, he just says you have to apply for them. He said it can take up to 6 weeks to get it approved to have a .gov site. So he's still just waiting, and we're almost to that point. So it'd be really good to have. So we'll have social media because we don't have any way of announcing things right now.
And let's see, what else did he tell us?
He had been working on the cameras.
Yeah, we're still having Wi-Fi or internet major. We're probably gonna have to be buying a few things. Charters coming in.
I swear, I think it's where we added all these officers on, cause we didn't have no trouble until we added all them officers on. I think that's got to be what's,
Well, there is a lot I understand, I don't know a whole lot about it.
I don't either. So, alright, as of yet, we hadn't received any bids on the truck.
nobody wants that thing?
Let me ask you a question. I was told that they had to pay 25% of their bid.
No, it was 5%.
Yeah, I think it was
Dean
5%.
Rupert came up here and he's the only one that asked about it and it was just 5%.
Well, why they have to pay any percentage, just auction, I mean, just for on the bid?
Well, I mean, the main reason is just to make sure that they're making, like a
Conscious.
and they're not saying like $1 million, right? Without having to back it up somehow.
Right.
So it just kind of prevents it against that.
Yeah.
But I mean, one thing I did talk to the mayor about, there is a website. I mean, I would say let's go through this process and see if we get any bids that are agreeable to council. But there's a website that a lot of towns use, scuffdeals.com. It's where a lot of towns unload their surplus equipment, whether it's vehicles or whatever. I would say that may be a way to go if we don't get any bids this way. In order to do that, we would have to have the board pass a resolution just saying that we'll be doing that. I've already typed something up. Yeah.
I just laid it.
I don't have a copy for everyone. We're not gonna vote on it tonight, but if push comes to shove, we can pass that resolution and then throw it up on Gov Deals and see if we get any bids. And those are bids from like all across the state or US or wherever. So it's a lot bigger net to kind of cast or everything.
And it was gonna be like $1,300 to put it in every week of the Avery Journal. So we just did it every other week. So the bill's still gonna be $600 some. No offense there. Yeah, I thought that was a little much.
That's
So,
a lot of
yeah.
money.
So that'll be something like everybody's got a copy of it now. Keep it. Okay. Alright, so under new business, we do need to, alright, so if y'all look, it's from Cindy over there at the county, and it's the Avery County Flood Damage Prevention Ordinance within corporate limits. This was adopted back in 2023, but we can't find the resolution book, and they needed it, and so we're gonna have to adopt it again.
You need a motion?
Yep.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Right.
second.
Alan second, all in favor? Okay, I guess y'all read it, done it, so, okay.
We already done it.
Yeah. Alright, so, the High Country Council over there at Boone, COG, they would like for us to appoint someone to be like a representative from Elk Park. Nobody ain't been in a long time. Does anybody wanna go to those meetings in Boone once a month? I know Tony would, wouldn't you, Tony?
I won't go to them. Take me in a casket. I hate that place. It's the hospital.
Well, so, huh?
It's like, not me.
Well, I mean, it ain't something we have to go to all the time. I mean, it is pretty nice. They're very helpful. I don't know. I didn't even, gosh, I don't know. Joel always went, and, I mean, I think they just more want a name so we can do whatever, but, you know, Alice, and I don't care to go every now and then, I mean, it's just mainly knowing everybody and going over. So we'll just put Alice and we know, maybe someone might,
Would you and Alice go?
well, or Darlene go, honestly, just, you know, I know we can't have three. You know. Georgia Gibbs. No, I don't think we need a motion for that, do we, Joey?
What's that,
For Alice to be the COG represent, or, I don't think so.
I mean, it is a neat one, but if you guys want to do one, just
They
get
just-
cautious, go for it.
Just want a name on it.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Alright, so, the dump truck needs serviced, and I talked to Dean, Bruce and Billy said it really needed some, the oil changed and something about the brakes, but anyway, they're gonna take it down tomorrow night. Dean said to just have it there by Wednesday morning, but they're gonna take it down tomorrow night, and to just put a list of what they wanted, done in it. I didn't talk to him. Is that all right with everybody? Cause Mike had said that Dean would service it, and we're gonna have to, get some, stuff done for that, Ford F-150. Okay, so the light bar don't work on it. The light bar don't work on it. We're gonna have to do
On the
something.
F-150.
Yeah, cause of all the, wait a minute, cause right here's the control stuff, or down here. It's just all kicked out down in the floor.
Where they put the box in there and it's fell down. Looks like it was on there or something. I don't know. Maybe not.
It don't work. It's just really hard when they're reading meters, especially out there at Cranberry. Not
I don't know if
hard.
it's sitting in that bracket, Tony, or Mike, or it fell
What's that?
down. I don't know if it's sitting in that bracket that was there and
It's
fell down.
supposed to,
I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't know, it's just laying
It's
all
not.
down in there. We fixed a couple of water leaks here in the last couple of days. Bruce and him had to work, come in Saturday, which, there was a water leak up here on Clear Street. We got that fixed. And two, I've just gotten an email or a text from Eric. I'll read it to you. He's the guy that's been out there from Mountain Heritage working out there. It says, I don't know if you're still in the meeting. My guys are at the pump station. They are clearing out the pump again. I just got prices on a new pump. So a new 30 horsepower pump with 1 week lead time is $25,547.38 plus freight. If you want to give me a call after the meeting, I'll get you a formal quote over in a little while. So there you go. It was $25,547.38 plus freight. So that comes out of Pennsylvania. So I'm sure you can add another $500, not more to it. I probably got a picnic truck up there. I could get it right there.
Be good. Have a choice.
We don't have a choice. That's just it. Okay, another thing is, right here, we can buy this, and it is a hard drive for the cameras in there. We can put this in and have our own password, set it up. Through the Lorex dealers, we're probably not gonna get a password to go over it. Everybody's got a copy of it. That's the only thing I know to do. That's what Christian said. That's what a few others have said. So it's yay or nay. We've gotta, if you want the cameras to work, since we can't
Looks
get
like
no
it.
password.
That Lorex, it's got
That's
If it's the
what,
same stuff I got, that's what it is I got in my house, and it's got a website for, you can access mine from my phone. I don't know all that.
well, I don't wanna have it on, I mean, I guess we can just put it on the computers and stuff, but, so we need to buy this hard drive. So, that's what you wanna do, to get the cameras working. So is there a motion? Darlene makes a motion. Second. Brad second, all in favor? Alright, I was just getting ready to say, Patrick ain't here, but there you go. Okay, but I've got a few more things. Alright, so the next meeting will be April the 6th, and our time changes to 6 o'clock.
So we're gonna start the meetings at 5.
Right, they're at 6 o'clock.
I'm sure I'll forget.
I mean 6, yeah.
April, isn't it,
April what?
It's April 6th
I don't think I
at
went to the.
6 o'clock.
at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
April 6th at 6 o'clock. All right, Patrick, you got anything?
No, ma'am.
The only thing that we even mentioned with you, I think, was the tallies. Did you take,
Yeah, they go there.
you took him the copy of that? Okay. All right, Mike, you got anything?
Yeah,
All right.
we talked to Bruce, me and Tony and Connie, and,
Yeah, well, I was gonna do that in closed session.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
Alright.
yeah, I'll just wait.
Okay. Darlene? Alice? Brad? Tony?
I wonder if the town, whether it be the board, would consider selling that building
What building?
down there at Scooters. Then you could pay it on
And
something else to put your land to put a well or something on. I just wonder, it's not a big deal right now.
we'll put a well on that or not.
Oh, he's saying sell that building and take that money to drill a well. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Or
Use it on something
use
else.
it on something else?
do what you want to. Just wonder.
Well, I know you
Yeah,
have to
that's
go
good.
through all the process of actually